We know the drill. I gotta make sure I got my other phone on so I could read the comments because I'm blind as hell. But you know. All right, cool. Put this right here. All right, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome one, welcome all. It's that time. I'm knocking stuff down already. It's that time again. So welcome to Intuitive Vibes, Narc Survival. Hi, Alicia. Welcome, sweetheart. Welcome to Intuitive Vibes, Narc Survival 101. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to go through some of my content. But stick around because you might actually hear something that you need to know. Hi, Jamie. Welcome, sweetheart. Stick around. You might hear something that you might need to know. We're going to get a little comfortable here, okay? I just finished coming from work and got my drink here in the corner, guys. I'm not going to get, shit-faced or anything, although I wish I could. But I don't really need to when I'm around you guys. So I'm good. You guys are my natural element, and I love that. So I know people are going to start pouring in over time. So yes, 2 new people who are checking out the channel. Stick around. You might hear a few things that you need. Check some of the other lives. Of course, check some of my other videos. I managed to do some short videos for you guys as well to keep up with you guys because, the chick went back to work and I'm getting old and I'm getting tired. So I decided to, just keep up with you guys and doing the short videos so you guys know you're in the loop, you guys are reminded. And in case there are some people who are confused and don't know what to do, don't know where to go, and of course they're, in the beginning stages of things, excuse me. You just sometimes need to be reminded why you're no longer in that element, why you're no longer in the stages and the phases of dealing with a narcissist, sociopath, or just an all-in-all manipulator. We don't even just have to limit it to narcissist. We can talk about manipulators too. And I've been fumbling my words. I think there are people who just want me to be quiet for some reason. Everything's going well. Everything's going well. How was your holiday, guys? I know we did the special on Christmas, and Amanda was here, and we just had a whole bunch of laughs, and I almost actually forgot why we were doing it, but everybody who joined, everybody was having a good time. Everybody was smiling and laughing, and that's what I like. I like to know that you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys are ready for the new year. I would say new year, new me, but listen, getting through it with your mental health, getting through it with your peace, that's all that matters, okay? That's all that matters. But next week, guys, next week is my birthday, and I will be here. I'll be here with you guys because it lands on a Tuesday. But I will be here with you guys. And yes, I'm getting old. I'll be 38 years old and learned so much in the matter of a couple of years than I have in a matter of 38 years. It's amazing. But, the older we get, the wiser we get. And the wiser we get... Oh, your birthday was yesterday. Happy belated birthday, Jamie. How old are you? Probably not as old as me. That's okay, though. The older we get, the wiser we get, the better we get. So, guys, 36. Nice. I remember when I was 36. That was 2 years ago. Well, it will be 2 years ago on the 5th of January. I'll be hitting my 40s soon, and I'm actually looking forward to it. Very, very much looking forward to it. I'm just looking to age gracefully. I'll probably be 40 with, who knows, maybe green hair. I was actually thinking of changing my hair color, again. And I was contemplating between green, like an emerald green, or maybe purple, something different. So guys, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Today's live, we're going to talk about a few things, actually. I had managed to gather up some notes, some thoughts, and compilations. I've managed to, throughout the course of, like my travel and stuff, because I take the train home, go through, some old videos, go through some old content, just to kind of refresh my mind and, of course, refresh everyone else's mind on just pretty much kind of everything as a whole, and just to kind of look back for a second. And of course, for those who are new, that are dealing with it for the first time, or, again, you're in the beginning stages, You may have already experienced some of these things. You may be going through it right now, or you're kind of looking for answers. So, just stick around because, again, you might hear something that you need to know. So the first line that we're going to talk about, gaslighting. Hi, Gilbert. Welcome, sweetie. Jamie, my holiday it was quiet. It was nice and quiet. It was peaceful. I spent it at home. My son got to enjoy himself. He got his gifts and, peaceful. Peaceful is always a good thing. Gilbert. Okay, we'll see. We'll see, because we know how you like to joke around. But it was very peaceful, and I'm glad, and I'm very grateful for that. And you saw that, on Friday, on Christmas Day, we spoke with a lot of people. I've been making it my business to do these little specials, especially around the holidays, because I know the holidays can be really tough for people. Whether you're dealing with family or you're dealing with personal relationships, I know it can be pretty tough. So I wanted to make that my business, to take the time and really, that's what kind of actually brought me peace was talking to you guys and, laughing with you guys and just, so instead of, listen, I know holidays are usually for people who, to be with their families and of course, be with their significant other. But in this case, we got each other, right? Not to say your families are nothing, but at the end of the day, if you have a narcissistic family, or if you're the black sheep of the family and you decide not to become involved with the family, then you are more than welcome to join fellow black sheeps, fellow misfits of a narcissist family, because what do we, cherish most? We cherish our peace. Even if it means cutting off manipulative, toxic family members, manipulative, toxic friends, and of course, manipulative, toxic relationships romantically. Our peace is, non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable over here. So the first line I wanted to talk about was gaslighting. And most of you are familiar with gaslighting, which layman's term, in a shorter version, gaslighting is it's crazy making. When they gaslight you, when people gaslight you, whether it be manipulators, narcs, or sociopaths. They utilize gaslighting to kind of throw you off track. So when, in my video, the phrases and the lines that they use to gaslight you, a lot of these different lines may seem familiar to you, or if you're getting them now, understand something. And let's get something perfectly clear here. You are not crazy. You were not crazy, okay? You're not going crazy. The person or people who are gaslighting or who were gaslighting were simply trying to make it appear that you were, all right? And this technique is common. It's extremely common, especially when you are dealing with someone who is a narcissist or extremely narcissistic, manipulative, conniving, deceitful. You are pretty much, within the gaslighting. You remember when you would call them out on their shit, or you would say something doesn't look right, something doesn't seem right, something doesn't feel right, and you would talk to them. You would say, listen, this is on my mind. I want to talk about this. What was the first thing that they did? In most cases, in my personal experience, I got rage. Hi, Heather. Welcome, sweetheart. Glad you made it. I got rage. I got you don't know what you're talking about. You think you know everything. Oh, you're making stuff up in your head. You need to chill. What's wrong with you? And that is a form of gaslighting, because you notice certain things, you feel certain things, you see certain things, but yet they're trying to tell you, no, you don't know what you're seeing. So my eyes were lying to me. My eyes were lying to me. My ears were lying to me. And I'm the one who's going crazy. And they'll look at you and be like, yeah, you're the one who has the problem. But most of the common phrases in the gaslighting, of course, is one, you're crazy. You have mental health issues. You need help. You're the one who needs the help. You're the one who is toxic. You have no idea what it is you're talking about. You're making assumptions. You're doing, you're doing the most. You are doing the utmost for no reason. Okay. Another one is you're insecure and you're jealous. So they would naturally be doing certain things to make you react, make you respond in a certain way. And of course, it is in a way that they were looking for. They were looking for you to react and respond with negativity, with jealousy. Because remember, narcs, any kind of supply, they don't care whether it's positive or negative. They go for whatever supply they can get from you. So what do? They triangulate, right? When they do the whole trying to make you jealous bid. And they basically, as they're doing this, you bring it to their attention, and what happens? You get hit with the attitude. You get hit with the, why are you being, I can't stand an insecure person. I can't stand a jealous person. Like you're being extra for no reason, and it's really unattractive. It's just really, I don't understand why you're being this way. Clearly, they know what they're doing. You understand? They pretty much set up the pins. You throw the ball, and then they look at you like, but it wasn't your turn. But you set up the pins clearly for me, and yet you're still coming at me with nonsense. You're coming at me with making me feel like crap. Because now with the gaslighting, what do? At the time, what did you do? You stood there for a second and you said, okay, maybe I am overreacting. Okay. All right. I guess maybe I was thinking the most and I shouldn't have. Okay. Maybe I should trust them a little more. Or maybe I took this out of, I blew things out of proportion. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. No, you weren't. You weren't. Because they knew what they were doing. And at the end of the day, remember how we spoke before. They are the double standard. Do as I say, not as I do. So if you were to do something in reflection to what the narcissist would do, naturally, they're going to come at you. They're going to tell you, what the hell's wrong with you? How could you do something like that? Or because not all narcissists are confrontational. Not all of them are confrontational. They will throw little subs at you. They'll throw little indirects at you. They'll make you, they'll make you feel bad about doing something that you weren't intentionally doing to hurt them. They will make you feel bad about it. And they'll pretty much just, paint this picture like you're being a devious person, like you're being the manipulator, you're being the liar, you're being the cheater, you're being the one who is, out to get them, and unfortunately, you fell for it. A lot of us did. You fell for it. And you felt so guilty for something that you did not do. You felt so guilty that you felt like you needed to, I need to fix this. I need to fix this. I don't know how I'm going to fix it because I really still don't know what the hell it is I did, but I need to fix it. And somehow, some way, they managed to turn the entire situation onto you, making it your fault. So any little thing that went wrong in the relationship, it was your fault, And just be clear. Let's be, like I said, gaslighting, crazy making, makes you question your own sanity. It makes you question everything. Did they really say that? Did they not? Did they really do that? Did they not? Are they messing with that person? Are they not? Because narcissists like to, how do I put this? You ever notice, I don't know if this has happened to any of you guys, but they would probably call it harmless flirting, or they would probably call it hold on one second, Alicia, and it's so frustrating, it will make you just go, yeah, it would because you get to a point. I got to that point at the end when I saw the things that I saw, and I was I was in that stage of, obviously the addiction stage, because see, here's the thing, guys. When you're going through devaluation and discard, there's always loose ends, right? There's always loose ends. Everything is up in the air because when it's to that point, you're not getting confirmation. You're not getting direct answers. You're not getting, definitive answers. you're getting everything's pretty much up in the air. You don't know where you stand. You don't know what's going on. You're completely confused. And of course, disregard and devaluation accompanied with gaslighting, it just drives you up a wall and you really feel like, yo, I'm really going crazy. Jamie says, I truly hate when things are unclear. Yeah, no, Jamie, exactly, because you know something. Here's the thing about us humans. Number one, we don't like rejection. Nobody likes rejection, right? People fear rejection. Even if they sit there and they try to act so confident in front of you, whether they're narcs or not, nobody likes rejection. But when there is no clarity, when there is no closure, especially when there's no closure, you are driven up a wall. It's like, yo, you're just sitting there like, what in the world? What is it? What is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just sitting there like, you're not giving me closure, you're not giving me clarity, you're giving me breadcrumbs, and you're gaslighting me. What the hell does it take? I'll tell you what it takes. It takes you walking the hell away. Because and you know, guys, listen, I told you guys this before. They don't feel regrets. They don't feel remorse. They feel shame, right? And sometimes people wonder, well, if I get up and I walk away and I stand in my power and I walk away and I go my own way, will they ever regret, will they regret losing me? No. They don't regret losing you. They regret losing your supply. They regret losing your attention. They regret losing what you could do for them. They regret losing all of the perks. You guys came with perks, okay? You were like that MasterCard or whatever that with the mileage, you get the free miles every time it's swiped. That's what you were. You came with perks. And at the end of the day, when that mask was falling, they were showing you who they were. They were showing you who they truly, truly were. I know and it sucks. Trust me, I know. It sucks because you want to try so hard to not think that way. You want to try so hard to not believe that that person at the end, you sit there saying to yourself, yo, this can't possibly be that person I fell in love with. This can't be the person that, that raised me. This can't be the person that I gave my all to. This can't be that person. No, somebody's playing a joke on me. Somebody's playing, or I'm in a bad dream. I'm in a nightmare. That was your reality. That was the reality. When they were cussing at you, when they were yelling at you, when they were devaluing you, when they were lying to you, when they were gaslighting you, when they were basically making you feel like an option, when they were not coming through with on their word. When they were doing all of these things, that's the reality. That's who they are. So the person who is, I'm in love with you, I love you, you're my boo, they're my baby, let's take pictures, let's post them up, let's do this, let's do that, whatever the case may be, because not every narcissist is like that, guys. Remember, those are the very extroverted narcissists. The extroverted ones are the ones, they do everything for the image. They do everything for the attention. The introverted ones are completely opposite, obviously. They're the ones who, a lot of introverted narcissists can be like cerebral narcissists, the ones about the mind, where they don't really want too much attention on them because they prefer to be in their stealth mode. They prefer to just kind of, I'm going to abuse you, but I'm going to abuse you, like over here where it can't be really noticeable because, if I need to go on to my next victim, I need to be sure. That's why I say cerebral narcissists, guys, they're very dangerous. They're extremely dangerous because they're with the mind. They're with the mind. You have overt narcissists that are very vocal and loud and very obnoxious with it. They're just they don't care. They'll just insult you in front of people. They'll crack really mean and hurtful jokes in front of people. And the minute you feel disrespected and you feel yo, what's your problem? Where the hell did that come from? You can't take a joke. I was just joking with you. Geez, you're just too oversensitive. Those are the overt ones that they're just you just hear them in the room. And you can just feel their energy. It's it kind of makes you think twice. If you've ever sat there and said to yourself, do I really want to continue with this person? That's how you know. That's kind of how you know. The overt ones, the loudmouth ones, the rude ones, those are the ones that make you like, that's your intuition kind of creeping in. Like, listen, do you need to see any more? Look at how this person is acting. You know, those are the ones that really tell you. Alicia, are cerebral and covert narcs the same? Well, covert, cerebral is a type of narc. Okay, cerebral, like cerebral, malignant, somatic, classic, sociopathic. These are types of narcs. Covert is a subtype. So cerebral can be covert, they can be overt, they can be vulnerable narcissist or invulnerable narcissist. So like the different types of narcissists, those are the main types: cerebral, somatic, malignant. I'm sure there's a few more, but those are like the classic narcs. The classic ones are kind of close to the somatic ones, where they're just like very superficial attention seekers. Elite narcissists, same thing, same as a somatic narc. But covert and overt are the subtypes. Heather, which ones cheat without you know? Who? Well, believe it or not, you have some narcissists. Well, first of all, the ones that cheat the most are the hypersexual ones. Those are the ones that the hypersexual narcs are the ones who they cheat just to it's just fulfilling supply. It's like a form of conquering. It's a form of just, getting that supply from external sources. And if they're hypersexual, if they're the types that just, they gotta constantly be physical, even if they're getting it from you, they will cheat. They will sleep around and not think twice about it. Jamie says, or punishment. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But you do have narcissists that don't really cheat, like physically cheat, in that like, for example, cerebral narcissists. A cerebral narcissist, and if you remember what I told you guys in my video, the cerebral narcissists are the ones that use the brain. They use the mind more. They actually prefer masturbation over cheating. They prefer or sleeping around. They prefer to just take care of themselves because they're not really sexual people. And it's crazy because I did my studies and come to find out cerebrals are not all of them, obviously, because there are a few apples in the tree. Alicia, I think they all cheat, just not sexually. Some cheat emotionally too. Yes. Yes, that's what the new supply is all about, guys. So, but here's the thing, Alicia. They're not incapable of being emotional. They choose not to be. So remember the false mask. They will present that same false mask that they gave you to someone else. So when they do the devalue and discard, it's because there is new supply. Some way, shape, or form, there is new supply. So they may not cheat sexually, but they can cheat emotionally. But more so, not emotionally, more so, it's just superficially. I call it superficiality because to do all of this just for supply is very superficial. It's not emotional. It's not like connecting. It's not any of those things. It's just, you know what? They're giving me attention, and don't forget, I want to explain something to you guys. Hold on one sec. Jamie says, I think there is a way more emotional cheating than anyone could ever know. Again, yes. I mean, listen, if they were able to sustain emotions, remember, you were giving them emotions, guys. You were giving them your emotions. You were trying to fulfill them with your emotions, but they were unable to sustain that. So if they are cheating, if they do decide to do so, it's more so for the attention. It's more so for to fill up their ego. That's all it is. We, as normal, non-narcissists, not that I'm saying anybody here is a cheater. I'm not saying that. But you have a better chance of cheating emotionally than a narcissist does. So you would actually, let's just say it was flipped the other way around for a second, and you cheated on the narcissist. You would more than likely be cheating emotionally. Like if you started talking to someone else outside of your relationship and you started to, you know, just kind of grasp because you want that emotional fulfillment, you would be the one cheating emotionally. But since it's the other way around, the narcissist is the one who is cheating, but more so on a superficial level. They're cheating just for supply. That's it. Remember, they do not sustain emotions, guys. They don't sustain it. Gotcha. So, girl, I'm so blind. I don't even know why I'm trying to look at the screen. I'm just going to look down here. So it's more for the fuel. Makes sense. Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you ever decided, you know, which you know me, guys, I don't encourage it, but if it were to ever happen, let's say you were with a narcissist and you were the one who decided this person is not really fulfilling me, and let's just say, I don't know, you started talking to someone and you guys had great conversation, and it's just, you're mentally connected and you guys are becoming more emotionally, you're an emotional feeling, you're an empathic person, you are the one who had the feelings in this dynamic. They didn't. And I try to explain to people, especially when I do my sessions, I try to explain to people, don't take it personal, because they could not sustain emotions with you. They can't sustain emotions with anyone, with anyone. And when they see that you're getting a little too, like, for example, you know how you guys put your emotions into the relationship and you were giving and you were loving and you were caring. You were doing something that not even their own parents did. Can you believe that? Can you actually believe that? Their own mother, their own father, whoever represents the narc, you were giving them something that not even their own parents gave to them. You were giving them emotions. You were giving them unconditional love. You were giving them selflessness. You were giving them empathy. You were giving them sympathy. You were giving them so much of what you embody, so much to the point that it's kind of like having gold for the first time, and I mean, listen, I don't know how many other victims there were prior to you, but victims and survivors as a whole, you were giving them something that not even their own parents were giving them. And that is truly sad. It's truly sad, because I'm not saying, listen, everybody has to be perfect. You got to come pre-made. You got to come already made. But at least come with some form of sustenance. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least come with some form of, empathy, but they don't have that. They don't have it because their parents or their caregivers, whoever took care of them, because narcissist parents, believe it or not, some narcissist parents abandon their kids. They abandon their children. They've already abandoned them emotionally. They've already abandoned them, mentally and empathetically. Then they even sometimes abandon their kids physically. But if you are dealing with someone who, which I can't, like I said, I can't blame the fool. That's why I say caregivers, because, if there was someone else who raised them and their parents are not narcissists, then that person who raised them to believe and think that way, that's on them. But you were dealing with someone who was not receiving that at all throughout their life. And so, because they managed to, it's kind of like, it's like a kid in a candy store, right? If you take a little toddler into the candy store and you give them a little candy, and it's like, oh, okay, this is good. I like this. But the parents never gave the kid candy. But someone else went and gave the kid, and they like it so much, they want to go back for more. And they continue going back for more. And then what happens? When you say, okay, you've had enough, it's enough, what are they going to do? They throw tantrums. They start to cry. They start to kick. They start to scream. They do all kinds of things that they know will annoy you, will bother you, just to get what they want. And what happens? You give into it and you give them what they want. Narcissists are the same way. All right, let's see. Hold on one second, guys. Peaceful American. Hi, Erica. Do you believe that narcissistic supply equals dopamine? If it's equivalent, I mean, because dopamine is pretty much the kind of, that's what we release. Like, you know, when it comes to the types of, like, you know, our hormones, our pheromones, we release certain, me personally, honestly speaking, what do I believe? I mean, this is my personal opinion. It's not natural. It's not natural. We experience dopamine when we're having a natural experience. And in my honest opinion, I don't think there is anything natural when it comes to someone who is a narcissist, sociopath, psychopath, when it, you know, when it boils down to feelings. I don't think so. I really don't. I think it's just pretty much like, you know how they use cognitive empathy to kind of assess you, to understand understand your natural empathy. So what you use with your heart, what you use naturally, you know, your essence, everything about you is natural. They're the total opposite of that. I just think that it's really more so, it's just like a synthetic type of, you know, because they have to continuously bounce around. They have to continuously try to, it's kind of like, what's the word for it, guys? It's like their survival, like they're surviving off of it. You know, it's just like supply to them is like water to us, if that makes sense. Supply to them is like water to us. In order for us to survive, we need to have water, right? We need to at least have some forms of water to survive. And on obviously, and you know, a biological level, we need water. But you know, that's like for them, that's supply for them. It's for them to survive off of, because they know, I know for a fact, like when I do my studies, they inherently know that there is something wrong, but they don't come to terms with it. So they just basically look at it like, you know what? I've gotten through my life like this. I've managed to get away from, you know, like get away with all of the things that I have done. And when it all boils down to it, hi Andrea, welcome my love. When it all boils down to it, hi Conceited, welcome sweetheart. It's like nothing is natural about them. Really, nothing is natural. Like I do not, and being someone who's, you know, who's awakened, who's open, who's woke, you just you at some point, especially when you elevate in your life, you can just like sense it. You can feel like, no, you're not very authentic. You know, you're not very, remember guys, before you became, you know, woke, as they say, before you became woke to the situation of what it was you were dealing with, you were wearing a veil and you weren't really seeing things for what they were. So you were basically looking at things obviously through very empathetic eyes. You were looking at things from a savior standpoint. You know, you were looking at it like this person, you know, in the beginning, obviously it's, you know how it goes. You got the love bombing, you got the honeymoon stage, you have all of that. And you would think that it was natural for them. You would think that it felt so real and they were so convincing that, you know, this comes natural for them. But being people, you know, being the way they are, they've done this for years. They have done this for years. They got it down packed. They really do. Like they are just to the point where it's like it's nothing. They can switch it on, switch it off, switch it on, switch it off. That's just the way they are. I personally don't think anything comes through them, comes with them, you know, anything around them. I just don't believe it to be natural. I don't believe it to be natural. I don't believe it to be healthy. Anything that is unhealthy for you obviously is not something of, you know, a natural. I mean, then again, no, let me take that back, because there are, you know, there could be certain things of the earth that, you know, is not necessarily healthy for you, but it is part of nature. But as far as like as far as we're concerned, as far as, you know, empathetic, you know, in most cases, God-fearing, because, you know, we have people who believe in God in here too. It's just like, I don't really think it equates to that. That's my personal opinion. I mean, could I be wrong? Yes. But I really don't think it does equate to it. Jamie, so the emotions they do show or express is what? Is it basically a mirror of my own emotions? Yes. That's exactly what it is. It is, you're welcome, peaceful. It is very, it's what I said, it's cognitive empathy. Okay? Cognitive empathy. It's the unnatural drive in understanding empathy. So in other words, when someone, you know, like when someone is crying and someone is hurt and someone is upset, what is your natural response? Okay? That is called affective empathy. It's a natural response to things. You are an emotional being. You're an emotional person. You know how to, you know, anything happens, you know how to empathize, you know how to sympathize. With a narcissist or manipulator, they don't know how to naturally respond. So what do? They study people. They study people and how they respond. I don't know if they watch movies. I don't know if they read books. I don't know if they, you know, if they watch people in the surroundings, but they basically, what you use here, they use up here. Okay? They configure certain things. And that way, when you come in contact with them and you are, let's say, in a relationship with them, and you're dealing with them, and something happens to you, because they've studied, because they've managed to go into their little, you know, computer and boop, 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 Google, who knows, maybe they use Google. I don't, oh, excuse me, I don't know. But they they basically respond based on what they have learned. So what you do naturally, they do in a studious way. It's something that they've learned, that they've managed to just kind of, you know, compute it in their head and say, okay, so if Jamie cries, I have to, wait, let me go down the list for a second. Okay, I have to pat him on the back and say, it's gonna be okay. Do you need anything? Do you need me to help you with anything? That's kind of like what cognitive empathy is. It's just really, it's an unnatural way to respond, because the reality of it is they want something, they want something from you, so they have to figure out, if something goes up, something goes down, how to respond to you, how to respond to your situation, in order to at some point expect something from you in return. And that is truly sad. It's truly sad. They're not very genuine people, so they genuinely don't give a shit. They really don't care. They don't. They're just basically, you know, and who knows, a lot of them probably watch, you know, the advocates, you know, people who discuss these things. And this is why I tell you guys, you got to stay on guard, because you know what they say, when if you, like, for example, someone cheated on you and you take them back, you know, sometimes they just get better at hiding it. That's why they say don't always, you know, take someone back. They may just get better at hiding it. In this case, because you're educating yourselves and because you're looking for the signs and the red flags now, and because people are standing up for themselves, now they feel they got to up their game. They have to up it, and they have to try to be a step ahead of you. Conceited life. They are not genuine even when you are sick. I do believe they watch videos on YouTube to get better at what they do. Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember one time I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like heaving. I was, you know, I was throwing up. And my ex did not, he not only heard me, he did not get out of bed, but he actually sucked his teeth while he was sleeping because I was sick in the bathroom. Like, I literally heard him suck his teeth. Like, like, oh God, you know, like, you're disrupting my sleep. I'm sorry. My throwing up you know, from having something, you know, an upset stomach or whatever the case may be, my throwing up is bothering your sleep. And it was confusing for me because it wasn't an all the time thing. This is where they get you confused, guys, where they do nice things for you, but then at other occasions, it's like, what the hell changed between then and now? Like, now you're acting like a complete asshole, or you're acting like a complete bitch. Like, what is wrong with you? That's that back and forth, where one minute they're nice, they do something nice for you, or they'll, you know, they'll help you with something, or they seem empathetic, or they seem kind, or they seem nice, and then the next minute it's like you can't even tell if that person was your boyfriend or girlfriend. It's crazy. Jamie, how are they always one step ahead? That's the part I don't understand. Well, a lot of the time they are usually one step ahead. Bear this in mind because everyone's different. They are usually one step ahead if they've managed to, especially if they managed to hoover people more than once. So if they manage to recycle the same victim over and over again, they obviously have managed to get away with certain things that the victim continuously goes back to them. So they're always kind of like, it's kind of like premeditated or preemptive, where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna discard this person again, but I already know what's gonna happen the next time I want to hoover them back in. They look at a lot of their victims, especially the ones who have constantly allowed them back in. They look at them like they're weak. Like, yo, you can't resist. Listen, not all narcissists, but you got narcissists that go by on their looks, and they know you can't resist their smile. They know you can't resist their, you know, their kisses or their touch or whatever the case may be. You know, they know all of these things. So they're going to obviously do what's necessary for them to try to, you know, to trap someone into it. But that's, of course, for people who have constantly gone through the cycle with the same narcissist. Now, if you, on the other hand, have decided, this shit is not happening for me, and you've already listen, I let it be known. I make it very clear, like, one time only, that's it. You know, you can try. You can try, but I'm gonna have to kick you on your ass on your way out, because at the end of the day, think of it this way, Jamie. If you know that the person is not going to change, no matter how many times they come to you and they tell you, I've changed, this will change, I will change, we will, whatever I need to do. You think a narcissist doesn't know that you want them to go to therapy? You think they don't know that you want them to get help? You think they don't know that you want them to be the person that you fell in love with? They know all of these things, bro. They know all of these things. And you know something? If that's what it takes to get you back into their trap, if that's what it takes to get you back into their web, they'll do it. They'll do it. They may even come to you with a certificate from a therapist saying, oh, this person went to 25 therapy sessions, still going, but we're making progress. It's bullshit, bro. And I don't care if a therapist sits there and says, well, don't close your eyes to the situation. Listen, unless they've actually experienced it, unless they actually know what the feeling is like, and unless they've actually been in your shoes, do not take the advice of people that are telling you, maybe you should give them another chance. I mean, they look like they're sorry. Listen, I may be hungry, but I don't look like I'm hungry. You know, you understand what I'm saying? It's just like, don't take things so, like, everyone takes it so literal. Guys, give me a second. I'm sorry, someone's knocking on my door. Ow. Yes. Oh, thank you. Sorry, guys. That was Amazon. I live off of Amazon. I'm going to invest in Amazon. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. But oh, I dropped my phone too. But yeah, you know they know. Yeah, I've been getting packages for days, guys. But they know what you want. They know what you want. They know that at some point you wanted so badly. You wanted so much for them to realize, number one, to realize that they were making a mistake with you. Number two, the way they were treating you was wrong. If you never got an apology, if you never got closure, you never got any of those things, listen, they know that by not doing that, that would drive you more crazy. Because it's like anybody wants closure. No matter what, anybody wants closure. But leaving that just like, I don't know about you guys, but it's like, just leaving the door open and then just walking and not even closing the door behind them. They're just leaving it open. So you're just standing there kind of looking like, are you coming back in or what? And you're standing there. You're staring at an open door. That's what no closure feels like. You're just standing there like, are they coming back in or not? Are you coming back? You understand? That drives you nuts. That drives you nuts. They know that. They know that. That's why they do the things they do. That's why they're like, you know what? If I don't give Jamie closure, if I don't give Heather closure, if I don't give Alicia closure, if I don't give any of you guys closure, guess what? I know you're going to drive yourself crazy and you're going to sit there and wonder. You're going to sit there and continuously wonder because your mind is going to be so frazzled. And it's like, what do? Do I get up and go my own way, or am I sitting here waiting until you come back and you talk to me and tell me what's going on, or is it really over? Like, are we really, like, you're literally like about to get up? Like, are we done? Are we done? Are we not done? I mean, what's going on? And they leave that open because why? Because they know that you want more than anything, or at the time, you wanted more than anything to be with them. You wanted more than anything to not believe that they were capable of being like this. And the reality is that, and I've told you guys this before, you're gonna have to create your own closure. You're gonna have to see things for what they are. You're gonna have to accept it for what it is, and then you're gonna have to basically say, you know what? Go fuck yourself and keep walking, because they did not respect you enough. To be honest with you, they didn't respect you enough to respect you. All the nastiness, the horrible words. I don't know about you, throwing stuff in your face, things that you told them in the privacy of your own bedroom or in your own home or what have you. All of that, like, you're looking at this person like you don't recognize them. Like, I do not know who you are anymore. Like, I don't think I ever knew who you were. They know that all of this damaged you, and all of it. And the reason, like I said, they leave the door open because why? At some point, they thought, if I leave this person stuck, remember I told you guys they like to leave you stuck, right? If I leave this person stuck, and I'm gonna go out here, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, excuse me, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. This person, yeah, they're gonna question me. Yeah, they're probably gonna watch me, so I gotta be a little careful. But you know what? If they see something they don't like, all I gotta do is just throw them the gaslighting. All I gotta do is just tell them, I need my space. All I gotta do is tell them, you know what? Listen, why don't we just be friends? And because we never know what's gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. How many of you have heard that? How many of you have heard that? And that's, of course, what did I tell you guys earlier? Leaving it in the air. Why? Guys, you know me and you know I'm very direct, so I'm telling you straight up. They did all of that because they found something else. It piqued their interest. It tickled their fancy. It cupped their balls, whatever you want to call it. But that's what happened. And they left you stuck to sit there, drive yourself crazy, wonder, what did I do wrong? Wonder, what did I do that this relationship isn't working out? Because they clearly made it clear to you that I'm not happy. You're not making me happy. When you fail to understand at that time, you're not responsible for their happiness, because narcissist is never happy. So because pretty much you weren't giving them the supply that they wanted. You weren't giving them the full attention that they needed. I don't know, maybe because you had a day job. You feel me? And look at what happened. Okay, conceited life. Okay, I read your comment. Thank you, Peaceful. Thank you so much. Jamie, how are they? Okay, I read your comment too. I'm sorry, guys. I got so caught up between the back and forth. Andrea, conceited. Mine let me drive myself to urgent care and stayed in bed. Another red flag I ignore. You see that? It's you know, okay, so you're not feeling well, so well, you know where urgent care is. Go ahead. Go. Take yourself. Like, I tell you, and I'm sorry for that, conceited. I'm sorry because you know what, especially if you gave that person, you know, you gave that person your all, you gave that person your, and they just just go, just go. All right, let me know when you're leaving. I mean, you know, who does that, man? Oh, Andrea, the mask comes off. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Yes, Alicia, because they are on a mission. They're on a mission, Jamie. They come to us with a mission, seek and destroy. It's a cycle for them. Love bomb, devalue, discard, repeat. Exactly. Exactly. Jamie, yep, that was me. I was very forgiving. I had mine. Tried to hoover me again yesterday. I ignore her calls. Good job, Jamie. And she started texting me about my son. That, remember what I told you guys. The kids. Oh, the kids. They use the kids. And they will use the kids to hurt you. They will use the kids to hurt you. They will utilize your child, your children, because they know that you love your kids. They know that, you know what, I don't want nothing to do with you. I just want to take care of my kids. And because you're not giving them what they want, because you're not giving them the supply, you know, of what it is that they're looking for, what do? Okay, they use your kids against you. They turn them against you. They'll talk maliciously about you in front of the kids. They will make the kids, you know, think that you want nothing to do with them when the reality is that you don't care about the other parent. You just want to deal with your own child. You want to deal with your own children. Unfortunately, I've seen a lot of narcissistic mothers do this. Yes, Jamie, she knows you are kind and empathetic. That's why she chose you. And she will use the love you have for your son to get back in so she can do it again. Gray Rock, yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Conceited life. Me too. It was the hardest thing for me. Heather, got a Hoover call from my ex's stepsister asking me if I'm happy. Blocked her. Good. Good. And Heather, you know, because I know Heather was emailing me in regards to it. And Heather, I haven't forgotten about the session. We will do a session. And, you know, Heather had asked me, you know, well, her sister called me, you know, and so forth and so on. And she wanted to know if I was happy and this, you know, that's like a form of triangulation, but but that also is a Hoover tactic. Now, was she trying to Hoover you, Heather? Couldn't say, but that is common. They have third parties contact you. They have family members and friends try to reach out to you, contacting you. I really wish I could put a lot of my content on private because, you know, I just don't want to chance anything with anybody. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm so embedded in my power and I've come such a long way from where I started to now that I can smell the fear. That's what I can smell. I can smell the fear. And you know why? Because I have power. And that's one thing I want to tell you guys. You have power. And when you have power, a narcissist is very scared of that. Remember, they basically hooked you in. They reeled you in because they thought you were weak. And let's not listen. Let's call a spade a spade. Absolutely, Andre. I mean, you gotta remember, they looked at you like, yeah, you are willing to change yourself. You're willing to walk on eggshells. You're willing to do whatever is necessary to make me happy. You're willing to do all of this to make me happy. And I only have to give you just a little bit. I just got to give you, a couple of I love yous here, and maybe a couple of nights of lovemaking, and just kind of, just do that stuff that people in relationships do. That's all I have to do. You were accepting the bare minimum while you were giving them 85, 90% out of that relationship. And guys, listen, I'm not blaming you, but because you were accepting less than what you deserved, they took that and they ran with it. They ran with it. You're not going to leave me. You're not going anywhere. You want me. You want me. You're afraid to lose me. That's why you're putting up with my abuse. That's why you're putting up with my tantrums, my attitudes, my moodiness. That's why you're putting up with it. You're just looking at it, and you're looking at it like, all right, you know what? You're not going to talk to me that way. So just go and cool off. And when you come back, we can talk about it. And what happens? They come back. Oh, this is the problem that I have. Everything is you. Everything is you. You're the problem. You're the reason the relationship is toxic. You're the reason why things aren't going the way they should go. You're the reason why they get angry. You're the reason why they went out there and they cheated on you. You are the reason why. When the reality is, they're pieces of shit. That's the reality of it. I could sit here talk from a therapist, the reality is there's something wrong with their cerebral, and there's a part of the brain. No, they're assholes. They're assholes. Okay? Because regardless, they were conscious. And if you're conscious, you know what you're doing. Butch, Merry Christmas. Butch says, Merry Christmas to everybody and Happy New Year. Doesn't it fall upon the codependency issues? It does. It does. But, I think in some way, shape, or form, we each all had, and I say had because you guys are going so much further than what you were before. Codependency issues. We all of us in some way, shape, or form had it because we enabled certain things. We allowed certain things to happen. We continued with certain types of behaviors, certain types of people. So yes, we've all had, even people of, this world, you got people who suffer codependency issues. And listen, I'd rather be a codependent than be a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be a codependent than be someone who's known as a narcissist, someone who's known as a selfish, self-seeking, deceitful, manipulative twat. Excuse my French, guys. Heather. Okay, Heather's will be a year since the last Hoover attempt. Block and ignore is the best. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you know what, guys? This is a time of year, like I told you, the Hoover season or the discard season, because the holidays are one of two. They're either the Hoovers or the discards. So depending on the stage that you guys are on, be very, very careful. I've even made the video on the pandemic itself. That's also Hoover. Like, narcissists will utilize the pandemic to try to hoover you back in, they'll put up a sob story. One of my relatives has COVID. Oh, excuse me, guys. I don't know what the heck is wrong with me. I'm in the hospital. I have COVID, and it's like, you could be sitting there. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I changed my number. I blocked, deleted everybody from my past. Everybody. Deleted them all. But if you do get those text messages or like those random messages of, I know this probably doesn't mean anything to you, but I have COVID-19 and, just if in case I die, I gotta laugh. I just wanted to let you know what's going on because, I might not be able to make it. Okay. Okay, like what they'll try to put that guilt on you. They will try to put that guilt on you, dude. Heather, what if your ex has a new supply? Will they still use the flying monkeys to hoover you? Oh, of course, Heather. Of course. Listen, I've explained this to you guys before too. You, you victims, you're considered property of the narcissist. Okay, they can make attempts, but remember what I also told you guys in my other video. Reasons why they would not hoover. So if you have not gotten a hoover, which, you know, be grateful for that. If you have not gotten a hoover, it's usually because either one, they are, you know, their new supply is so invested in them that they're giving them that ample amount of supply, so they really don't need to test those boundaries yet. Two, it's going to be too much work to try to get you back. So because if you know that, well, they know that they have to like really, really, really work hard to get your trust back, to get, you know, just to get back with you in general. They might not find it to be worth it, and that they're, you know, they're looking at it like, yo, there's a lot of damage that I did, and I really, they fear rejection. So if they haven't hoovered you, chances are they're afraid that you'll reject them, especially if you have already put yourself in the position to not be put in that position again. It's, they're like, their thought of it would be, why should I do this if they're gonna probably reject me anyway? And of course, the third reason, because you know who they are. You know who they are. You know all that you need to know about narcissists and what their tactics are. And quite frankly, they know it's not going to work on you. They fear rejection, guys. They really fear rejection. The very haughty ones, the ones who are like really conceited, the ones who are like, you know, oh, I'm confident that they're going to take me back, they'll go for it. But the ones which are usually like the, I believe it's the vulnerable ones, those are the ones that are like, you know, self-loathing, and they're just kind of like self-pity, and, you know, they go into their narcissistic corner and they hover and they just like, you know, go into depression or whatever the case may be. They probably won't hoover because they're afraid. They know for a fact that you will reject them. Okay. Andrea, I haven't got nothing, but I have a restraining order, so he can't do nothing over here. I don't need nothing from him. I did the closure. Packed his ring and his belongings. Very good. Very good, Andrea. Jamie, emotions being real is why it hurts so much. That is true. Well, your emotions. Your emotions. Because what you felt was real. What you felt was real, and what you were doing was from your heart. It was from your heart. And I know the feeling. Trust me, I know the feeling. And at the end of the day, just remember this much, Jamie. You can walk with your head held high knowing that you have the kind of heart that you have. These people still have to continuously manipulate and con people for the remainder of their lives, because that's all they know. That's all they know. And can you imagine, you know, falling in love with someone, being with someone for the rest of your life that you truly love, that truly loves you, and having that connection, having that empathetic love, and that person looking on the outskirts like, damn, that could have been me. Yeah, it could have been you, but you crazy psycho bitch. Guess not. Conceited, do they wait hoping you will contact them? Yes. Yes, they do. They sit there waiting. They become obsessive because, you know, just because, and I told you guys yet again, I told you guys this before, just because they have new supply does not mean that they don't watch you. Does not mean that they don't monitor you. Doesn't mean that they don't try to, you know, like I told you, you know, sometimes you have to walk and you gotta watch your back because you just don't know. Narcissists have the tendency to, especially if you've rejected them, or if you have gotten the courage and the strength to say, no, F this, I'm out, I'm not dealing with this, it means it foiled what they were, you know, their plan. it, you know, because listen, what worked on another ex may not work on you. You know, maybe they have other exes that they've managed to do the same thing to, and it's always worked with other people. And because it did not work with you, I mean, listen, it kind of works. You see how the no closure because you want the realness between you and the person drives you crazy? Well, the fact that what they were doing didn't work on you drives them crazy. And it's crazy how, you know, what affects you is something more realistic, something more understandable. But what affects them is like, yeah, you're truly sick. Like, really. Like, so you're mad because you couldn't destroy me? You're mad because you couldn't tear me down? You're mad because you couldn't bring me down to my knees to the point where I just wanted to end it all with myself? You're mad at that? You have some serious issues if you are. You really have some serious issues. See, because how I look at it is my God is bigger than their God. You understand? My God tells their God what to do. So just remember, guys, they were lessons. They were people who were meant to cross your path. What upsets me, though, when people say, and it's not everybody, because there have been a few times where people have mentioned it, well, why would God send this kind of person to my life? God didn't send that person to your life. He didn't send that person to your life. He gave you the warning signs about that person, but you know, we wear those rose tinted glasses. You know, we wear those rose tinted glasses because, listen, God gave you free will. He gave you the will to choose what you want to do in this life. You chose to be with the narcissist. Okay? And it's not, listen, like I said, guys, we've all been there. Okay? We've all been there. But you know me, I'm keeping it 100 with you because that's just who I am. We chose these people. The red flags were there. He clearly was like, all right, you're going to choose this person. You're going to choose this person. But I just want you to know that this is what they're about. And we didn't look for those. We didn't look for those flags. We didn't say to ourselves, how many of us knew about narcissism before going through the ordeal? Not many. Not many of us. So when people say, you know, God put this person, no, God didn't put that person into your life. He allowed the person. He allowed them, but he did not put them. There's a big difference. And at some point, I strongly believe it's because there was something within you that needed to be triggered. Something within yourself that needed to be triggered, whatever that was, whatever trauma, whatever issues, whatever the case may be. It had to be triggered. You know how many people have turned to God after all that they have been through in dealing with narcissists and dealing with people of this nature? Because obviously, what is the devil going to do? The devil's going to put what your flesh desires. Your flesh desired the narcissist. You desired the narcissist in the physical realm, in the physical world. But your spirit, deep down inside, guys, you knew. Your spirit knew deep down inside, something ain't right. Something's not right with this. And it kept poking at you. But your flesh, which is normal because we're human, we fail, we fall, we're not perfect. Your flesh was telling you otherwise. Conceited, I knew nothing about it, so I learned a lot from this experience. And you keep learning, conceited. You keep learning. It's a never-ending it's a never-ending process. You keep learning because even though you've had one, maybe two, maybe three of them in your life, life is not about, okay, I'm evolved and that's it. You evolve. You continuously evolve in life. Continuously. It's a never-ending process. That's how we're able to get through get through life, learn experiences, and be who we are. It's evolution is not, it ain't stopping anytime soon. You keep evolving over time. Jamie, that and always being taught as a kid to give people the benefit of the doubt. Most people are good. I wish I was never taught this. A lot of people are good, but most people, no. No. A lot of people, you have a lot of people that are good, but most, and Jamie, I've been there, given the benefit of the doubt. I've like, sometimes I would say to myself, damn it, I wish I didn't do that. I wish I didn't give this person the benefit of the doubt, because I could have avoided so much. But if it taught you, listen, if it didn't bring you what you want, it taught you what you didn't want in life. It taught you what you deserve. It taught you how to value yourself more. How many of you value yourself more after dealing with these kind of people? How many of you actually have set those boundaries after dealing with these kinds of people? How many of you are now, if you're anything like me, everybody who comes in your path is a red flag? Because the minute somebody even blows their nose the wrong way, it's like, get away from me. I'm like, get away from me. Don't even, nope. I put my mask up, like, I don't even want to know. Don't care to know. Stay away from me. You know why? Because people, when you've evolved and you're growing and you're learning, people's traumas, people's issues, people's brokenness becomes so clear. It's as clear as this pillow, as the wording and everything that you see on this pillow. It shows on their face. It shows on their face, and you're just like, oh no, you have issues, you got baggage, you got, no. You want someone of your equal. You went through the experience, you learned from it, and now you're saying to yourself, I had to go through all of this. I learned something, but I'll be damned if I'm gonna go through it again. So if someone who's broken comes into your path, you're gonna look at them like, no, no. I think you're cute. That's about it. No. Yes, Alicia. She says, yes, I ignored the signs, the burning red flag, all because I thought I was not enough. And you thought you weren't enough because they made you feel that way. Even though they didn't flat out tell you. Even though they didn't flat out tell you, you're not enough for me. Oh, you know what? What you're doing is not, even if, or maybe they did, I don't know. But if they did not flat out tell you, trust and believe their actions showed you. Their actions showed you, and you assumed that you weren't enough. When the reality was, they were projecting onto you what they felt about themselves. They feel inadequate. Believe that or not, guys, they're the ones who feel inadequate. They feel like they're not enough. They feel like they won't amount to anything. That's why they have to wear the false mask. They're actually jealous of you. They're jealous of you because you can just be yourself. You can have that natural empathy and that energy. How many of you have, like, if you're like a social butterfly, you go into a room and people just naturally gravitate towards you. And if that's the case, it's like, yo, you don't even have to lift a finger. I don't have to lift the finger. I just come into a room. I mean, besides the flaming red hair, come into a room and I'm just like, people feel so comfortable with me, like complete strangers. They tell me their whole life and I'm like, ah, you want to talk. And then I just feel so comfortable, Erica. You just seem like somebody I could just talk to, and I'm like, because that's just naturally who I am. These types of people, they wish they could be you. And they not only do they wish they can be you, but they're like so pissed and so just like, they're so jealous of the fact that you are who you are. You have the spirit that you have, that they try to devalue you. And you guys understand, like, I've learned, here's something I've learned. Devaluation for them is self-protection. That's self-protection. So devaluing you protects their self-esteem. It protects their ego. Putting you down, making you feel less and less and less about yourself, whether you're in a relationship with them or in a family setting, making you feel less about yourself makes them feel better. And it's sick. It really is sick. Like, you got to put someone down because you don't feel good about yourself, so you have to put me down. You feel like, I don't like how I'm feeling about myself today, so you know what, let me just say something stupid to Erica or insult her, and obviously she's not gonna like it, so I'm just gonna say, well, why are you being so freaking sensitive? I was just joking with you. An insult and joking around, not the same thing. Not the same thing. They do this to avoid deflating their ego being deflated, because that's the only thing they have, guys. That's the only thing they have is their ego. Jamie, boundaries. I need to work on that. And you know what, Jamie? When you start working on it, it becomes second nature. It becomes second nature. I personally, I really, really like, my boundaries were so low that, I was just like, somebody insulted me. Like if it was my ex, if he did something that hurt my feelings, I would just like kind of be very passive aggressive, and I'll just be like, and then he'll look at me like, what's your problem? What's the matter with you now? Or he'll give me like certain looks and be like, and I'm just like, yo, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. What are you talking about? No, I don't want to argue with you. What are you talking about? Now I'm like, I wish you would, motherfucker. I fucking wish you would. I wish you would. Seriously, wish you would. Okay? I seriously wish you would. I want someone to overstep my boundaries. I'm like, come here. Come, little kitty. Come and overstep these boundaries. I dare you to. I dare you to. Alicia, me too. No boundaries at one time. If someone crossed the line, instead of holding my ground, I would back up and draw another line. Yes. No more crossing my boundaries now is a deal breaker. Absolutely. Absolutely. Andrea, narcissists are self-centered and all about themselves. Of course. They've created that mirage. Believe that or not, they created that mirage. It's like because they didn't feel adequate enough. They didn't feel good enough that their caregivers, because their caregivers weren't giving them any kind of love and affection and attention and the empathy that, natural caregivers give to their children. They basically substituted that which was supposed to be given to them with their own, selfishness, their own self-importance. It's like, all right, you know what? My caregivers, they layman's terms, my caregivers playing too many fucking games, and you know what? I'm tired of it. So since they want to be like this to me, I'm just going to do it on my own. I'm going to be about myself. And you know what? Because our parents, listen, technically, you have parents who, really inflate their kids' egos. And remember, guys, certain types of narcissists, they're all different. So, like, if you have those real conceited ones, the ones that feel like they deserve the best, and, what you have is not sufficient for them, what you have is not enough for them, those are the ones that their parents have really, really, I'm one who will say, your mama lied to you. Okay? That's me. Like, I look at them like that. Like, they're like, oh, I deserve the best and I'm going to get the best, and I'll stomp all over you to get what I want, because you know what? My mother always told me that I'm a beautiful queen, or I'm a pretty princess, and I deserve the best. And your mama lied to you. Okay? You are no better than me. You don't deserve any better than I do. Okay? If anything, you would want to see other people win with you. Not on some, oh, well, I'm going to step over everybody's toes to get ahead in the game. Why? Because my mama's, where's your mama at? Seriously. Because apparently I'm going to have to tell your mom a thing or two about you, because quite frankly, you walking around very self-centered, very egotistical, very arrogant. And listen, guys, because you know me, okay? I try to refrain from cursing. I really do. But let's face facts on something, okay? For these female narcissists, just because they give their twats out with a little red bow does not make them God's gift to men. And just because these dudes want to walk around because a couple of females lied to them, got them thinking they got 12 inches between their legs, stop it. Okay? Let's stop it. Stop the nonsense. Let's just stop the nonsense right now. All right? This was not me almost 2.5 years ago. Almost 2.5 years ago, I was sitting at home crying, depressed, contemplating suicide, contemplating on what the hell did I do so wrong to deserve to be treated the way I did, to the point where I am so like livid and fed up with them that I'm about to like literally see if I can order a Ghostbusters costume, but they'll just put like a picture of a narcissist mask on the costume and just start wreaking havoc on these streets. Like seriously, that's how That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. Because it's so upsetting for me to see people, good people, go through what it is they go through with narc busters. Yes. Yes. Alicia, that actually, yes. Yes. You know what? My brother knows someone. My brother knows someone who makes personal. I think I'm gonna do something like that. Get like a narc mask and have the big red circle with the line across on it. I think, and I'm gonna do it like in the same font. That's what I think I'm gonna do. I love it. Narc busters. Conceded. My boundaries were so easy to push because I always gave second chances. No more second chances. Conceded. Think of it this way: the next time they want you to give another chance, shoot me a message before you do. Shoot me a message before you do. Alicia, I think I definitely I'm gonna check out the patent on it and just make sure. But if it's, that's actually, that would be a cool idea too. That would be like a real big message. Imagine seeing people walk around with that t-shirt. It says narc busters, and deflating one ego at a time or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And just like kind of walking around, like if I were to see people with that shirt on, oh man. And that would like literally let people know who are narcissists and, freaking psychotic manipulators. Like, fuck with me. I won't you to fuck with me. They won't do it. They see you wearing that shirt, they were like, yeah, she educated herself, so we're not gonna mess with her. We're not gonna mess with her. Absolutely, Alicia. Absolutely. I'll be more than glad to do it. Or if you want, you take a picture. You take a picture of your narcissist and put them on the shirt with a big circle on it. Oh man, no. Y'all you giving me ideas. You're giving me ideas. I love it though. I love it. I think I might try to do something like that. And just put like a big picture on the back with the big circle that what is it, that sign. I'm smart, guys, just not smart today. I'm very tired. I had a long day at work, so don't mind me. But you guys get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. And at the end of the day, it's like we got to look at it this way, guys. We're here now, right? We're here now. We're here helping one another, supporting one another. Nobody has to go through it alone. Nobody has to face it alone. Everybody has gone through their emotions. Everybody's stage was different. Everybody. I did not even think I would be here right now. To be honest, I didn't think I would be here talking to you guys about it, and feeling as comfortable as I do. Like, I was so beyond nervous when I started this channel. And here I am with you guys, and we're making things happen, and like I said, I know my delivery is a lot different from other people. It's a lot different from people who are trying to keep it prim and proper, and I get it. It's cool. No, no shade. I'm not doing that, but this is me being myself. This is me being authentic about it, and just letting you guys know that I'm on your side. Like, I am not gonna sit here and tell you, well, this is just what it is, and you got to deal with it and get over it. No, I'm here to tell you that I'm here. I'm here. You need to talk to me. You got my email, you got my IG, you got my Facebook, you got all of that. Reach out to me. If you're worried about a Hoover, if you're worried that someone is trying to, reach out. Just reach out. You don't have to go too much into detail, but you know what? Because a Hoover can trigger you, and it can push you backwards when you've come so far, whether it's with your family, whether it's with an ex, whoever. You have come so far for someone to come and try to tug at your heartstrings and really try to hurt you and manipulate you. Way worse. Because each time, if you've gone through a Hoover, each time it gets worse. It gets worse because now they know how to maneuver around you. But it doesn't have to be that way. Does not have to be that way at all. You guys can have normal, healthy relationships with normal, healthy people. You deserve that. But it's kind of like G.I. Joe, the cartoon. They always say at the end of the show, knowing is half the battle. Absolutely, it is. It is. And you know what? knowing, acknowledging, understanding, it's better because you compare yourself from, from then to now, when you didn't know anything. You didn't know what you were dealing with. You didn't know what you were facing. You were confused. You were lost. You couldn't, you couldn't even walk outside. Maybe, I don't know about you guys, I couldn't walk outside with my head up high. I just couldn't. I was depressed. I almost lost my jobs. I almost lost my jobs. I couldn't eat. I wouldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I'm thinking I'm having a heart attack in the middle of my sleep because I'm going through, you know, the emotional, the pain. I mean, physical pain, mental pain. And look at where you're at now. You guys are learning so much more, and you guys are taking it, even though it's one day at a time, but you're taking those steps that you didn't think you would be taking. And that says a lot about you. It says a lot about your power. You guys are so embedded in your power, no matter what stage you're at. You took the first step to say, listen, if anyone here has never had closure, if anyone here had never really been, it was nothing was definitive, like you had to just get up and walk away because it was like, what am I doing here? You know what that feeling was. That feeling was just like, damn, like this person really did me dirty. This person really did me. I would have never done to them what they did to me. And at the end of the day, it's like, it taught you something. It taught you so much. And it taught you way more about yourself. It taught you that no, not every person out there is a good person. Not every person out there has your best interest at heart. And not every person is going to be truthful with you. It taught you to take off the glasses, take off the rose tinted glasses, see the world for what it is, see everybody for who they are, up your intuition, okay? And the red flags, listen, people, there's a difference between issues and quirks and red flags. Red flags are just a clear-cut sign to stop. Understanding someone's differences from yours, that's a different story. That's something where, okay, they got a few quirks. It's not so bad. I can deal with it. But seeing red flags, that's a clear-cut sign to get away from it. And as much as you may like the person, as much as you may be like, damn, I was really feeling this person, think about it. Think about what you went through. Do you really want to go through that again? It's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. So, don't allow the devil back in. Don't do that. Don't let the devil, and trust me, the devil's going to come in all kinds of forms, all sorts of forms, guys. Okay? The devil comes in something that you desire. You remember what I told you before. The devil's been around since you were born. He knows how you operate. He knows. He may not be able to read your mind, but he's been around you long enough to know who you are, what you like, what you want to hear, what you want in your life, And he's going to try his best to put an imitation of that, because that mask, that's all that is a mask. So he's going to have his plan behind a mask try to come into your life. That's why God gave you intuition. Okay? So even though he gave you free will, he's a father. He gave you, go ahead, go do what you want to do. But I'm going to put a little tracking device in your backpack because for some reason, I think you're going to need me while you're out there. And that's perfectly fine. Use your intuition. Pay attention to the signs. And, if you need to, go over some of the videos. I know that the short videos, I know you guys, you guys are cool with that. And I'm glad, because even if it's just, for a couple of minutes, that's, it's just daily reminders to let you know I'm here. I got you guys. Don't worry about it. But you can go through some of the other videos that may have more significance for you, like the trauma bond video. Trauma bond video is I found it to be a very informative video, especially since, I started doing my studies. The female sociopath video, that video had like a lot of reviews, a lot of, a lot of attention on it. And that's, mostly for you guys. And of course, you ladies that are in same-sex relationships, because, you can never be too sure. I have videos on the gaslighting phrases that they use, the different Hoover tactics. There's so many. I put up so many for you because I want you guys to really, really just embed it in your heads and apply it to yourselves. So that way your next relationship can hopefully be your last one, and it can be one where you feel finally at ease, you feel okay to be yourself, you're internally happy. Because remember, guys, you can't rely on them, another person, to make you happy. You have to be happy with yourself. And you know me, I encourage you guys to do your healing. Take your time. Take your time in healing. And when you feel ready, you feel it's right, you want to dip your toe into it, that's fine. Dip your toe. And yeah, I mean, Andrea, you know me. I really, really just, I want to see you guys progress to where it's like, because something, with you guys being here and then you have new people coming in, you have other people coming onto the channel and other people, you get to be those people that, you're no longer focused on, I mean, you never forget, but you're no longer focused on what happened to you. Now you're more equipped with, I know what this person's going through. It doesn't trigger you anymore. And you know what? I want to help that person. Because it pushes you to do that too. It pushes you to share your experience and helping someone else get through it. Because not everybody has somebody to help them get through it. So, just keep that in mind, guys. But, and if you can, if you know someone who's going through the motions, someone who may need help with something, or maybe they might want to, see the videos, they may need to see the videos. There are so many of them that I put up, and it's, it's focused on all different aspects. So it's not just like a narcissist like this and like that. No, you got cerebral, somatic, malignant, you got, sociopaths, you got the things they do, the things they say, you got trauma bonds, you have everything there, everything. And I still kick it with the short videos for you guys. And I'm going to keep going with it. I'm going to keep going with this. So, like I said, people might want me to shut up. People might want me to keep quiet, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And guess what? I got red hair, so people could spot me anywhere. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, try me. Try me. Okay? I got my tribe. I'm good. I ain't worried about it. Not worried about it at all. So guys, this was a great, great, great live. I love being here with you guys. I definitely love being here with you guys. I love talking to you guys. You guys are really, really awesome. Okay, Heather, I'll definitely email you. And guys, I'm also, just to let you know, I wanted to, because part of my, you guys know that I'm going back to school. I wanted to have like mini sessions. Thank you, Alicia. I appreciate your help with everything, and I appreciate the support you give me. You have no idea. You have no idea how appreciative I am. And if I decide to do those shirts, I definitely will be sending you one. I wanted to do mini sessions. Thank you, Heather. Yeah, I wanted to do mini sessions with you guys, if you don't mind. Just to, if you need someone to talk to, I would be doing it on Skype. And of course, it would be, the most I can probably do is maybe 15-20 minutes per session. Thank you, Jamie. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad it helps you. I really, really am. Guys, I'm telling you, we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this, and we're going to make sure other people get through it too. The sessions will be about 15 to 20 minutes. And it's just pretty much me, if you need someone to vent to talk to, if you need someone to maybe, because again, I've been studying this for a couple of years. So if you need someone to just kind of help you with anything, and to get to know people, and to get to know everybody, and of course it would help with my my studies when I go back into the spring semester for psychology, because I am trying to be a psychotherapist. Believe it or not, I'm gonna be a psychotherapist with crazy red or green or purple hair. I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna do it. And you know, it really just helps me understand different people, different levels of different experiences, so I can also relay that, not your information, but relay the experience, and of course just the feelings behind it to other people who may need to who may need help on it, who really, you know, may need it. If you want to email me, you know, you can email me too, and you can maybe, you know, send me your thoughts, and send me your background, send me your experiences, and that I can maybe in future lives, in future videos, just talk about it, you know, because no two people go through the same type of abuse, but there's always that chance that people have gone through some of what it is you've experienced. And I think it would really help other people out too. I try to cover every corner that I can for you guys. So definitely, you know, if you're okay with doing that, I'll put my email in the description box below. Conceited. I do, because I have some questions I'm not comfortable throwing out there. Sign me up. Awesome. So conceited, I'm gonna put my email in the description box. You can email me, and then I'll give you the Skype information. And you know, and just so you know, I do encourage anonymity. Okay, which means that does not matter if you don't want to give your identity. That's perfectly fine too. Skype has audio, so you don't have to do video chat. I encourage anonymity as well, because you still have people that are going through it, and of course, you know, may not be fully ready to, which is fine, perfectly fine. I am not holding that against anyone. All right, guys. So I'll put everything in the description box when the video streams, and I do the settings so you guys can have all the information. And but it's been a great night with you guys. I really enjoyed this live. I really enjoyed the ideas thrown at me. So I'm definitely going to consider that too. And if I do decide, honestly, I'm, Alicia, considering doing that. I really, really am. I'm going to speak to my brother. I'll probably speak to him tonight about making those shirts. And if I do it, guys, you know, I'll probably order like maybe 20 shirts or so, and I'll just send those out for free. So, you know, you guys can rock them. And so I'll keep you posted. Since Alicia, since you brought up the idea and I actually have it done, you'll be the first one that I send it to. Heather, I got you. All right, guys. So it's been a great night with you guys. Love being here with you guys. We'll continue with the short videos. We'll continue posting up some more good content for you guys. And I love you too, Alicia. I love all of you. You guys are really, truly amazing. And you guys have really, really helped support this channel. And it means a lot to me. It really, really means a lot to me. And the fact that I could be here with you, you know, helping you through this. And of course, you helped me through this. Because believe it or not, guys, you are definitely, you're an inspiration to me. All of you are. Every single one of you are. So thank you so much, guys, for being here tonight. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for everything. I'm so truly humbled by the experience, but I'm even more grateful that I got to be, you know, I got to meet such cool people. You guys are awesome. You really, really are awesome. Seriously. Jamie says, make sure one has the name Vibe Tribe. You know what? Give me ideas, guys, because I'll tell you something. I can get I have someone who's that I know, and I know someone who's an artist, and maybe I could do the t-shirts, Intuitive Vibes, you know, like something to put out. I hadn't even thought about like doing merchandise yet, but I mean, I could definitely consider that. I do like the Narc Busters one though. I definitely like that one though. I'm definitely gonna look into doing that one. Well, Heather, if you want to, you know, if you want to draw something or, you know, hook something up, you got my email. Definitely send it to me. I'll be more than glad to take any ideas from anybody. And like I said, you know, I'll definitely send them out to you guys so that, you know, that way, what you could do is, you know, if you wear them, you could take a picture of in them, and I would, you know, put them up. I'll put them up on my IG. I'll put them up on, you know, on my my Facebook, you know, just to show that you support the channel. I'll keep you guys. If you don't want your identity, that's perfectly fine. I will not expose that. But just wearing the shirt, perfectly cool with me. And yeah, definitely, I'll consider that. So keep the ideas coming, guys. Keep them coming. So guys, I didn't even get to take a sip of my drink. That's crazy. And it's already kind of watered down with ice. But I'm going to have my dinner. Well, the rest of my dinner. I got tacos for dinner. I'm going to be setting up for the next short video for you guys. So just be on the lookout for that. And like I said, all the info will be in the description box, guys. So if you want to shoot me an email, I'll be more than glad to hear your ideas, more than glad to hear your stories, more than glad just to hear from you. That's, you know, that's the key thing here. And I'm going to get ready to open up my boxes from Amazon because my whole house has been filled with boxes from Amazon. Butch, have a great night. You're very, very welcome. It is a long road, but guess what? You're right. Just like you said, it's worth it because you're going to get through it. Trust me, you will. Okay, Heather, have a wonderful night as well. Yes, Taco Tuesday. There you go. Wasn't even thinking about that. But yeah, Heather, definitely you can shoot me the email, and you want to draw something out, send it to me. I'll be more than glad to take a look at it. Alicia, thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a really big part of the channel. All of you, thank you so much for joining me. Haven't gone in well, almost 2 hours, so we're just gonna have to call it intuitive. I'm tired. Intuitive hours. I'm tired. I definitely gotta get some sleep. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Please be sure to hit the like button before you leave. And of course, any comments, any feedback, anything else from any newcomers or anybody who else, you know, who views the video on the stream, please leave a comment in the comment section. Love to you all, guys. Blessings, peace, happiness, you know, all that good stuff, okay? And I will be seeing you live, same time, 8 p.m. next Tuesday on my birthday. I might wear something, a little something that shows it's for my birthday. But, yeah. All right, guys. So I will see you all next week. Love you all. Have a great night, guys. Mwah. Night. You're welcome, Andrea. You are very welcome. I'm so glad you could be here, and I hope to see you next week, too. Have a good night, guys.